Welcome, welcome, welcome. How is everybody doing on this Thursday afternoon? We are live, we are here, we exist. A very good start for a Thursday for the official or unofficial last week of summer. And Mother Nature hasn't exactly gotten the memo. It was straight up cold earlier this week. Not to mention the clouds of smoke from the west have made it to Europe, made it to us, made it to me. Not a good day on Tuesday, so unfortunately missed streaming on that date. We will have an announcement about that for those who missed the Facebook post, or the YouTube post rather, about that. I'll make that announcement probably on the hour or half hour, whatever it might be. That way everybody is aware of what's going on whenever it comes to the viewer Videomania series. Some things have changed. Some things have shifted permanently, and for the better, I would think. I actually think it's for the best, considering where we are date-wise. Not only within the series, but also just within the month and within the year and within the everything. So, let people stream in a little bit, pun certainly not intended, while listening to a little bit of old Dark Fortress. It's going just all the way back to Elam. Great album. Just terrific band. And, yeah. We will move on from there. It's been a week, you know. What can I say? It has certainly been a week of days. There was a Tuesday, there was a Monday, there was even a Wednesday. It's amazing. Never happened before. Wednesdays, totally not something that happens. It is indeed Sabbath day. Sabbath is 50 years old, 50 years young. Actually, they're a little older than that, considering they were a band prior. Meat Mun, how you doing? Interdimensional Entity, hello. Scott, hails and hails. Thori Semp, how you doing? Jason from Guitar Center, hey, fixed my guitar. John, how is it going? Andrew and Olives, howdy howdy. Anybody else who is here, type a message, say hello. I welcome all of you. Thanks for stopping out. Thursday streaming. Maru is here. Howdy doody dear. Been a couple of days. So, and honestly, it's going to be kind of a light week overall, and that's the reason why I'm making sort of the decisions that I am and kind of have to make. For this, considering, the schedule is getting wacky. Things are getting wacky. Things are getting really, really wacky. What's the best Black Sabbath album? Oh, gosh. That's a complicated question. Like, if I did that, rank them all, I don't think I know what I would put at number one. You know, there are a lot of solid options for that very question. They have a lot of very, very good albums, especially whenever you talk about their first, dozen years. But yeah, wow, that's a question. That's a question. One I actually don't have a good answer for, at least personally. Thanks to one of our own, thanks to Lurch. This next track is actually coming from you, sort of, kind of from him. Just a recommendation of his from a chat I was in a couple days ago. It's Starvation is the name of the song. Cores are the name of the band. Not the Cores, not that weird-ass band. Cores, K-H-O-R-S. Bam. Check it out, see what you think. But, yeah, it's Sabbath Day. 50 bloody years. I'm not even 50 yet, and I feel like I'm ancient. That means they started as a group for 14 years before I was even thought of. Well, actually 13 years, because given my birth month, that would have meant that I had to have been thought of and conceived, and, you know, the Night of Fun happened in 1983. Probably at like a homecoming or a football game, like underneath the bleachers or some shit, or in the downstairs of some like really dusty and weird-looking basement. Maybe in the back seat of a very uncomfortable car. Who the heck knows? That was when that happened. Oh, June 12th it was my hatching day. That was the day where my egg popped out and I just was like, huh, hi, how you doing? I am but an alien. Ross Sanders is here, and all he simply says is AEW. AEW, 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 AEW. Why is Hangman Page drunk? Ah, yes. Aeternum. I also listened to Al Qassam, I believe it was either yesterday or the day before. I think it was 2 days ago, actually. Tuesday night, whenever I finally felt halfway decent enough to live. I was kind of bleh on Tuesday. Like I said, all that smoke from the west finally reached over here. It made the day extremely hazy, very uncomfortable. Between my asthma, my allergies, and just how the seasons affect my sinuses and everything, I felt like death. The minute that I woke up, I coughed myself into a little bit of laryngitis. So that's why the stream was actually canceled, is because you would not have been able to hear me. I basically had lost my ability to speak there for a little while. So, yeah, that was unexpected and not what I wanted, hence why also the announcement that the stream was canceled came so late. Because I thought like hell that was going to be temporary because it came on so quickly. But, you know, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? That's something I have to deal with, not only because of the asthma, because of allergies, because of bad sinuses, because of smoking, you know, myriad of different things that I have to look at and just realize that that's going to be something that's going to happen. It's actually really, really hot in this room too, which kind of sucks. I might have to switch over to shorts. I may have to have a changing session, like I'm a small child, like I'm a baby, like I am but a baby. Someone please come and powder my ass. Yes, the studio version of Fear of a Blank Planet is now on streaming services. That is correct. It is on Spotify as of, I think, yesterday. Maybe it was today. It was one of the 2 days. I saw it on Instagram, and I never look at dates. And I've already listened to it. I listened to it this afternoon. Yeah, I listened to it this afternoon, so it was awesome. You know, I've only heard the album like 10,000 times, but it was enough of a reason for me to make it 10,001. Thoughts on Crowbar? Crowbar is an interesting group in my opinion. That southern metal style, that sort of sludgy, grimy style that they have. Very, very good material though. Ironically enough, and this is one of many bands, if there's something that I really... there are a lot of folks out there that tell you different albums that you should buy or that you should sample first for a band. Whenever I was getting into a lot of groups, the first album that I listened to or that I bought was the most current. You know, so like for Iron Maiden, it was Brave New World. That was the new album at the time whenever I got into Maiden. With Judas Priest, it wasn't going to be Jugulator, it was actually Painkiller. because it was Rob Halford, and I actually didn't realize how old the album was whenever I got it because it sounded really, really good. But with Crowbar, it was Sonic Excess in its purest form, which was the newest album at the time that I picked up from that group. And man, it blew me away. And then whenever you go back and listen to the stuff that's even older than that, that blows you away. And their new stuff is good too. They're a great band. They are a really great band. I feel like they are a group that does not quite get the appreciation that they deserve, and it's a shame because they are really solid. Either that or the height of their sort of popularity or their respect was in the 90s whenever they came fresh with groups such as Pantera and Down within that southern metal scene and were getting airtime and things like that. You know, Beavis and Butthead, I think, did a feature on a Crowbar song, if I remember correctly. But it's pretty cool. Do they have Deadwing on streaming services? Yes. Yes, I do believe that they do. Yes, in fact, I know that they do because I know that I've listened to Arriving Somewhere But Not Here often while traveling. Can I make cornbread? That's easy. Just put corn on bread. There, you got cornbread. Buy corn. Put corn on bread. Bam, cornbread. Done. Hashtag done. Hey, you asked me if I can make cornbread, not if I can make good cornbread. Specifics, they're important. Yes, it's on all streaming platforms. All streaming platforms now have Blank Planet. Very, very important that we have that album on streaming services, given the way the world is today. Even though album is not about world, album is about book about world. You know. You know how that works. Deadwing is a really super album. Again, whenever I first got in the Porcupine Tree, the newest album at that moment was In Absentia. So I feel like I came into the band right alongside a lot of others. So I wasn't like this special snowflake that came in during like Lightbulb Sun or Voyage 34 or some random place. In their discography, I feel like I came in with a lot of other people. So whenever Deadwing came out, it was a big deal. That was like a, go-to record stores on the first day just to find it and buy it day and experience for me. And in fact, I can remember that whenever I turned, I think it was 21. Whenever I turned 21 in 2005, that album accompanied me and my family to Indiana because one of my aunts, and this is going to sound a little confusing, but this is the truth. This is how it is. One of my aunt's granddaughters graduated from high school back in 2005. So we had been invited to the grad party. It was an opportunity to see my aunt and my uncle who live in Florida, except they were of course in Indiana as well, because I don't believe I was going to be able to go to Florida that summer as I had every year prior, or at least many years prior. So it was an opportunity to see my aunt and uncle, which was important to me. And I remember that Deadwing was the album that I was playing on my Walkman or my CD player or whatever throughout most of that journey. I listened to that album a good bit. Whenever I wasn't hanging out with my folks or my family or my aunt's granddaughters, because both of her granddaughters were around my age. Her oldest one was in fact the same age as I was at the time, so she was also turning 21 or was going to be turning 21 later on that year. And then the younger one who graduated from high school, I think, was 18. Something like that. What is the worst album of the year so far? I am going to say that 6 Feet Under is going to probably have that title again. Although that Ozzy album's pretty bad. I feel bad, though, putting it within that same realm because we know of what his health situation and everything is like. But some of the others that people have cited so far this year, I haven't listened to, so I do not know. Waterblonk, how are you doing? How are you doing? Hey, Waterblonk. I actually have some news for you. In the last stream, or one of the previous streams, Maru donated enough to have a video made and asked if the video idea could be one of yours. If it could be a video idea that you have. And we're doing that. So if you have a video idea that is within reason, you know what my reasons are, pop it into chat and it will be done for you, sir. Yes, indeed. See you later, Ross. You have yourself a good one. Yeah, Blonky, in fact, I was kind of like searching for a way that I could maybe get a hold of you. But I'm pretty sure that I've like deleted most of like previous correspondences. Either that or they've just timed out. You would need some time to propound that idea? No problem. I still have Twitter. So you could probably send me a message over there, or you can send me an email at coverkillernation@gmail.com with that idea. No rush, my friend. No rush whatsoever. No rush at all. No rush at all. But I'm happy that you're here, since I was seeking a way to somehow get a hold of you. But great. Good. Now that we got that out of the way. And we're going to be successful in our quest tomorrow, so virtual high five. Super virtual high five. Currently listening to Khors, Khors. This is Bliss Forsaken. Apparently I wasn't quick enough to stop starvation, so we got into Bliss Forsaken. The album was released this year. It's entitled Where the Word Acquires Eternity, and these guys have a number of albums available. You can find them, of course, over on Spotify, your streaming service of choice, or anything else. Pencil Pen, how you doing? What up? Steel Panther is trash. Steel Panther cracks me up, and I don't even care. I don't even get. Do they crack me up now as much as they did whenever they first came out? Nope. They certainly don't. I'm not sure if that's a sign of my maturity or their material just getting really bad. Probably a little bit of both. Although the whole thing about me being mature still sounds really weird. Like it couldn't be true. Hey, I think we have a request. Hey, I think we have a request that we should look at. We're going to do that. We're going to do it from the comforts of our home computer, hopefully, this time around, considering last time we did not have that freedom, and that sucked. I don't know what was going on before. I think I just realized what? I beg your pardon? What the hell is happening here? Oh god, here we go. Look at that. How is that not right? That's bad. Well, we're not doing that. I thought for sure I had that down. Something is weird. Oh, did you ask about the Pain of Salvation album? Ah, yes. Pain of Salvation was surprisingly really, really good. Whenever I first heard the singles, I was a bit conflicted. I was not sure how I was going to feel about it, but decided I was going to wait until the album dropped to see how they sort of dropped into the overall puzzle of Panther, and I was really pleased with the way that the album flowed. A couple of their experiments were a little strange. You know, it wasn't like it came out of total right field, because, you know, we know what Daniel has done in the past. You know, the whole like faux rapping thing, we've heard that before. It's not new. The song itself just wasn't very good. But most of the other stuff was really solid. It flowed nicely. And the closing track, I consider the closing track to basically be the Perfect Element Part 3. So I really liked it. I really liked it a lot. I really liked it a good bit. What did you think about it, Blanky Boo? What did you think about it, Blanky Boo? Chemist Static's Wet Dream Material. Chemist did awesome covers of both Rainbow in the Dark and Down in a Hole. Well, Scott, the thing is that you have to understand what... Well, you don't have to understand, but what Daniel does is kind of like unintentional. Because if you've ever listened to a song like Ending Theme, where he's basically ranting instead of singing, it's like almost like rhythmic ranting. That's more so what this felt like, only with a little more structure. Like he was trying but not trying. It was an odd balance. Either way, it's still a really... That is the weakest song on the album by far. That is the weakest album, or weakest song on the album by far. What do I think about Peste Noir and their trap rap music blend with black metal? I have not listened to a single note of it thus far, and I'm really not going out of my way, I guess is the best way to put it. I am not going to go out of my way to... It'll be something I'll listen to curiously one night as opposed to rushing to do it. Well, that is sort of what it... That's always sort of what it was. I can give you a good example. We did get a donation from Meat Money. He said, yes, the donation is correct. Words of Farewell, Inner Universe. Also, do you know this band? I don't believe I do. Wait, A Quiet World? That sounds very familiar. Sounds very familiar. Hold on a second. Before we get into Farewell. Something about this looks very familiar. This looks extremely familiar, in fact. That does look very familiar. But here, I'll show you what I mean sort of by rhythmic ranting. We'll go over to Ending Theme by Pain of Salvation. Sorry, Crystals of the Fall by Cores, you have been ousted. It takes a little while to get into the part that I consider rhythmic ranting. You don't think CKN has ever hated Black Veil Brides? Hatred is a very strong word whenever it comes to the Black Veil Brides. I've never been a fan. I've felt that some of their stuff, they had potential. It's always felt a little bit... I've always been more disappointed by the material as opposed to like really elated by it, but I don't hate the band. I just don't prefer to listen to them. That's all that it really is. I mean, I had that video where I had Black Veil Brides and Blood on the Dance Floor fans being called out in the same, in the same video. Now, Blood on the Dance Floor, I do hate them. Well, specifically one of their members. I hate them, and their music is awful. But Black Veil Brides, not so much. Not so much. That might be what it is, Scott. You're right. That might be it. Yeah, you guys are getting hit hard with with the remnants of Sally, which is hysterical considering that's my aunt's name. They're going to be coming over to this neck of the woods next week. So streaming plans for next week could get a little wonky, though I doubt it. I actually kind of doubt that it's going to get too wonky. I don't think that should change too much whenever it comes to that. But we are going to be dealing with a bit of a weird stream schedule. We're not going to have a stream next Tuesday. That is already set in stone. That is because of that work is finally going to be done on the garage over here. So I will want to be here, and I'm going to want to be, keeping an eye on things, obviously helping out where I can. And also, that is the same date that my aunt and uncle are expected to arrive from Florida. So, well, actually, they're in Indiana right now, so expected to arrive from Indiana, unless things change. So it's going to be a very, very busy day. I will probably not even be in front of my computer for most of it. So, streaming next Tuesday is a big no. We will have a stream this coming Saturday. Next week we should have streams on Thursday and Saturday. There it is. Rhythmic ranting. In this case it's like rhythmic introspective ranting. So there is rhyme in there. There is poetic meter, but it's not like he's trying to be Trap Soy Boy or anything like that. Panther is a little closer to Trap Soy Boy, so no, this is not Quiet World. This is Pain of Salvation. This is Pain of Salvation with ending theme. We will be getting to Quiet World here very shortly. Since Meat Mom was so generous, and not Quiet World, this is, we're getting to Words of Farewell, Inner Universe. My bad. Getting all my signals crossed. Yeah, highly recommend you check out Remedy Lane by Pain of Salvation. That is not a new album by any means. That is very, very old. It's from back whenever I was in college, so early 2000s. I'm an old boy, so check out that album. Check out anything from him. There's a wide variety of stuff that you get from Pain of Salvation, which means that if you were all of that, like if you were really, really upset or thought this isn't Pain of Salvation because you've only listened to In the Passing Light of Day and nothing else, that's really on you, considering the band has always been a little bit of a explorer of types whenever it comes to sound. That has always been true. But anyway, up next we're going to have Words of Farewell. We're going to have the entire Inner Universe EP, 4 tracks of Words of Farewell, starting first off with Chronotopos. Shaboing. Let's get going. And this is an EP that came out in 2020, this year. So if you do anything, whenever it comes to scoring EPs or following EPs, you want to know that this could be possibly your best EP of the year, this could be your worst EP of the year, it could count for you. It could count for you. Anyway. But as a result of everything that is going on, I'm going to extend the Viewer Videomania project, whatever we're doing here. I'm extending it until the end of the month. So we will have streams. I'm looking at a very tiny calendar, as you guys know. We will have streams. Today is what, the 17th? We will have streams on the 19th, the 24th, the 26th, the 29th. The 29th is going to be the last official day is going to be the 1st of October. And then we're going to have, we always do overtime. We always do one more beyond the final day. We always call it overtime. It's a tradition. We're going to keep the tradition going. And overtime is going to be on October the 3rd. That's going to be on October the 3rd. But when new metal started rapping and the screaming returned, would you still buy the album? If I listened to it and I liked it. If I listened to it and I liked it, then chances are I'd already have it. Because Opeth is one of the bands that for me is like, oh, there's a new album coming out, gotta go to the store. The only reason I do not have a copy of Incardia Venom yet was that it was coming out right at the same time that I was doing all this moving and all this other shoring up of finances and shit. So money was necessary for other things. So during that whole entire time period, I bought basically nothing aside from what was needed to live. So basically food, food for me, food for the cats, and then it was just, stuff for house, stuff for getting out of house, or getting out of health apartment into house. I called a lot of that shut the fuck up money because basically I gave money to my ex-landlord so he would shut the fuck up about us leaving so I didn't have to freaking talk to the property owner. Because had I talked with him, I would have probably lit his ass up to the point where there would have probably been some sort of legal issue. Because that's how pissed I was upon departing that place. And how happy I was to sort of tap dance on its grave after leaving successfully. Because it was just not a good place at that point. I actually thought that since I lived in that apartment for 5 years, I would miss it more. The only thing I actually miss from that place is the porch, is the back porch. It was a very comfy back porch. Very comfy back porch. Though I will also say that just because back porch is comfy didn't mean that there weren't a ton of annoyances. Excuse me. Which there were an absolute ton of annoyances as well. My throat still is a bit dry and gnarly because of the smoke. We're getting all that from the West. And I actually heard on the news report this afternoon that the smoke from the fires in the western United States reached Europe today, which is amazing to me. Absolutely incredible to me. But, what are you going to do? Have I watched Thor Ragnarok? No, I have not. I've only seen the first Thor. I'm not big with the whole superhero movies thing. We can keep it? Yeah. This is why gender reveal parties are bad. Well, you have to remember, the way that smoke and haze, travels in the atmosphere is different than like rain systems, or it's similar to them, I guess, is the actual thing, considering you travel within the clouds and have an effect on formation of storm systems, or just if it doesn't have any effect like that, it just makes the air quality suck. So whenever I went outside Tuesday morning, I was already feeling awful whenever I woke up, but whenever I went outside Tuesday morning, it was awful. It felt like I was being choked. Like it was choking me. And you couldn't even see it. It's not like out there in the West where you could see the smoke and it was, not only visible but also suffocating. It just looked like a normal Tuesday morning with a little bit of extra haze, but it killed me. I coughed so much that morning, I ended up not being able to talk. But if you want a true example of what the power of smoke or fire, or in this case magma, can do, Back whenever Mount St. Helens exploded in the 1980s, that cloud of smoke that was associated with that explosion actually circumnavigated the globe multiple times within a month-long period. It's absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible statistic that I learned after watching Dante's Peak. Because yes, I made a Dante's Peak reference in one of the last streams and then turned around and watched it that night. Am I playing right now? This is Inner Universe by Words of Farewell. The song is actually entitled Whispering Deeps, but the EP is entitled Inner Universe. We're playing the whole EP. Was requested by Mr. Munn, which actually also gives him the option to suggest a video, or he can defer to yet another, or he can defer to somebody else if he desires. Hey, that means we can also have a couple polls here today. We can have a couple polls. What was that in the Philippines? Mount St. Helens was in the upper northwest of the United States. I believe that was in Washington, in Cascades. But hey, we have a poll that we could get to. And so we are going to get to it. I'm going to get over to my poll maker, otherwise known just as Straw Poll, because I'm boring. Plus, why do you need high tech for this stuff? You don't. That's just the truth. You just don't. Wait a minute. I think I have kerfuckled things. I have kerfuckled things. 32 is chat. So we're working on 33 right now. We're working on video 33 right now. Hey, remember, folks, we make it to 40 videos funded, I'm giving you 10 for free. If we make it to 50 videos funded, you guys get to destroy my eardrums. So I'm going to go something on top of Diabara, Fawn. We'll also do a bad song stream. Or two. So let me see which one of these polls we are going to get to. Are we going to get to a simple one, or are we going to get to a complicated one? How many are left? We have one right there, but I still need two individuals to hit me with ideas. I have one right there that is going to be just two people. There's one with 4 people. And the rest have already been done, so... Wow! We're going to go with the one that has only 2 options. We're going to go with the one that has only 2 options. That's going to be our first one. So this is not really a poll. It kind of just is heads up. This is kind of just heads up, like heads up poker. And this is going to be for video number 26. And we're going to set a deadline for this to end, and that deadline is going to be 5:30. We're going to give this one an hour. We're going to give this one an hour. I really don't know which of these I want to do, so I'm just going to pick one and say to heck with it. I'm going to pick you. Anyway. There's a poll right there. So do make sure that you get in there and vote for that poll. I do not want to see global fires. Principally because, even though fires are cool, ow, my throat, my lungs, my life, my crippling debt. No, I'm kidding. Though, I mean, it has to be admitted that the amount of global catastrophes that we have seen over the last decade have certainly increased. Especially whenever it comes to the weather. or when it comes to things like that, weather or nature related. I mean, those fires in Australia were horrid. That started off this year. Remember those days? Remember back then whenever we thought, wow, that's the worst thing that happens this year. That's terrible, but we'll get by. We probably thought that this whole entire year we were just going to be sending money and stuff to help out Australia, and that was going to be our big cause for the year. We were going to help recover the Australian forests, and everything was going to be fine. The second worst thing that happened in 2020 at that point was CKN retiring. I'm just kidding. Oh, what good times. Oh, what good days. So 2020 ends with a big asteroid impact. You know what? That would be fair. Meek walk, youngin, blank, and lively recessions. What do we have going on here? What's happening here? I feel like I was down way too low there. From with antonyms. Feels like that should be like an Omnium Gatherum or something album. And we have ourselves a close vote so far. How many of y'all are in here? 21 of y'all in here. I have not yet, but I have it in my 2020 to listen to playlist, so I need to get there. There's the poll once again. How about this? How about we actually make it to Mars and then realize, oh wait, Mars is just hell from all of those Doom games, and the Doom games were wrong. He went from Mars to Mars, as opposed to from Mars to hell. Hey, you just get to Mars and you walk out there and there's just a cacodemon that just eats you. Thoughts on the Doom soundtrack? It's awesome. But, with that said, the soundtrack from Andrew Holshit that I listen to more is the one for Dusk. Soundtrack for Dusk is awesome. Really, really moody. Really, really moody. Gets really electric whenever it needs to. Gets really vicious whenever it needs to. It has terrific setting. Just terrific, terrific setting. I love what that soundtrack does. Not to mention, Dusk as a game is awesome. See, all these modern spins on classic shooters, like Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal, and I think they're going to do another Quake and blah blah blah. I mean, that's all nice, but Dusk, that took me back. Took me back to the late 90s with shooters, and I like that era. I like that era a lot. I mean, some of the sprite work looked really, really cheesy and corny and funny and just look weird. Heck yeah, it does. Is that part of its infinite charm? I think it is. I really think it is. What if we went to Mars and Mick Mars was there? Well, then he's probably just on the rocket ship, considering he's still on Earth right now. He hasn't died yet. So, of course, if we went to Mars and Mick Mars was there, that means that we've probably spent the whole entire space rocket journey talking to Mick Mars. He's probably tired of us. Lots of people are into Fall Guys. I can understand why. It's a massively multiplayer game that you can play with your friends. It's kind of like a Mario Party type thing. Only it's like Mario Party with 60 people, no board. They call the things episodes as opposed to just games. They try to make it like you're on like little like Happy Minion TV show land or whatever. But from what I've watched and what I've seen, there's just not enough variety of games yet. Like, they kind of launched it with the bare minimum, and they need probably about double or triple the number of games that they have in their RNG cycle in order to make the game truly feel a little bit more unique and really just to keep folks from getting really bored of it, even though I know it's become like super esport and things like that. And now lots of people are into. Now, Among Us, on the other hand, which is basically just Town of Salem in space, and with actual missions and like things to do, that's a really interesting game. I kind of like that one. I kind of like what I see with Among Us. Those streams and those sessions seem like they're really fun. You know, unless you... Again, I feel like that's going to be something where it's highly dependent on the people and the company that you play with. So if you have those that are kind of good at like misdirection and kind of really well suited for, you know, not making their actions obvious or just blending into the woodwork, they're going to be very good at that game, and it's going to become very challenging to determine who the intruders are. But if you have folks that are, especially younger kids, I feel, they're not going to be very strategic, but they're also going to not pay attention. There's a lot of layers to that game, which I kind of dig. I think that's cool. I think that's really neat. Because Town of Salem was kind of cool as well, but it felt very kind of basic. You know, like that was essentially just trying to whodunit from, you know, a different perspective, you know, sort of like a town meeting perception or perspective without having any sort of like actual like sort of in-game interaction aside from what you write down and sort of the things that you know, the clues and stuff that you try to pick up. And that was it, ladies and gents. That was Inner Universe by Words of Farewell. The last two tracks there were Off-World and Alter Memory. You know, I feel that the reason why this feels so familiar is, I think this is what I will call an Evil Toad band. I believe this is an Evil Toad band. I think this is a band that he has been into. I liked it. I think the stuff's really good. That style of metal sometimes can feel like it's got a lot of similarity to other bands. You know, it can feel a little... what's the word I am looking for? It can seem like it's a little vanilla to some folks, especially those who are not maybe as keen on that style. But what made them unique was just, again, their atmosphere. They kept things unique, and it was very dynamic. They didn't aim to do too much with their sound there. They aimed to kind of stay and hover among their sort of bass medium. Amplify and de-amplify when necessary. They didn't try to... They showed you who they were with 4 songs. And sometimes that's all you need to do. I like it. I like it. Any thoughts on Beavis and Butthead? It's cool. Oh! I think Dusk is exactly like Doom 2016. I don't know about all that. I do enjoy that the newer Dooms do seem to, like, if you think abstract about it a little bit, they feel like old like Doom WAD maps and things like that, only with a lot more open exploration. And basically, if you took Doom WADs and were able to give them the added bonus of open space, like open outdoor space, if you gave a Doom WAD that, then that's basically what Doom 2016 feels like, which is not a bad thing. Not a bad thing at all. Stop scaring your kitties with all the sneezes. Ember is back here, but she is just done. She's like, nope. She's been there for a while. She's tired. They were kind of, they were going a little bit crazy last night. Every so often, I have to dig up some old toys of theirs from like out under couches and in different places where they get sort of stuck or stashed. And well, I did that the other night. So they went crazy last night. Enjoyed every single second of it. They're bringing back another revival of Beavis and Butthead. Good God. Here's the thing. Some of those shows that have already had revivals and stuff like that, just let them die. Please. Just let them die. You know? Every show is kind of getting the Family Guy / Futurama treatment, where they get canceled and then they bring them back. And even the Fairly Odd Parents suffered through that fate. Do I know of Countless Skies? That name sounds a lot more familiar, yes. I'm going to find some shorts. I'm hot. I have shorts over here? I think I do. Are you shorts? No, but you are. Shorts, yes. Cleanse me. These are also shorts. What shorts do I want? Do I want gray shorts or black shorts? I want black shorts. Eat my shorts. There's a whole generation of children out there that are too young to know that Bart Simpson at one point said, "Eat my shorts." Oh, my childhood. Bam, right in the childhood. Anyway. Yeah, Ren and Stimpy is another one where just let it die, I would say. Because the revival that they did do was, it was bad. It wasn't good at all. I didn't like a bit of it. Regardless of if it was for adults or not. The kids or adults. 1 hour left officially in the poll. 1 hour left officially in the poll. Hey, if you haven't voted in the poll yet, vote in the poll, vote in the poll, vote in the poll, vote in the poll. I'm hoping to get 2 polls completed today for you guys. There's this one, and then there is another one that has 4 options. There is, and then there is one other that exists. However, it currently has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 potential options, but there is still 2 people that need to either give me their ideas or defer to another individual, or just say outright that they don't want to offer an idea. Which actually one of them did that, so it's actually down to just one person. My apologies. So it's going to be 8. It's going to be an 8-person poll. It's going to be an 8-person poll. You wish the Invader Zim would have been at least a couple seasons longer than it was. Seems like it ended too soon. Yes, that is a show that a revival of such. It's still very much. It's still you're gambling a lot by doing that. But it was a show that should have been picked up by someone else and given its proper shot. Nickelodeon really did not know what it was doing. And Invader Zim kind of began the downfall of Nicktoons and exposed Nickelodeon for what they were going to be like in the 2000s, which was not good. It led to their overall decline in quality, despite the fact that they had the Mickey Mouse of our generation. You're you're wearing Luka. Well, bye-bye Clippers. So it's time for me to sleep through the conference finals because I, at this point, kind of just don't care. Like, I find myself caring more about the Stanley Cup than I do basketball at this stage. Mostly, I think, because football has invaded and, you know, Big Ben is back, so there's a good reason for me to be actually excited about football. Heating system and hot-blooded girl. That sounds like it should be like a ZZ Top lyric. My favorite thing in all the world, a heating system and hot-blooded girl. Oh, if you want actual Metroidvanias, Mr. Moo, there are plenty out there. La Mulana, La Mulana 2, Momodora, though that one's a little bit easier to sort of get by, but it's the same basic idea. Reverie by the Moonlight's very, very good. Highly recommend. Of course, any Metroid game. Any of the, you know, post Symphony of the Night Castlevanias are kind of Metroidvania-y a little bit. And then there's a lot of pretenders. Environmental Station Alpha. If you haven't played ESA, Environmental Station Alpha, I highly recommend it. You know, the sequence, they kind of hold your hand a little bit whenever it comes to the sequence for the main game, though it's very, very easy to get lost. It's the end game and the post-end game of ESA, of which, by the way, is very worth it. That's where things get really super puzzly. And it rivals La Mulana with its sort of like end game / post game content. The only difference between the two is that with ESA there is an ending that you can trigger and unlock without doing all of the post game stuff. So you can get a completion. You know, it's going to be a low completion percentage, but you can still complete you know, the bad ending of the game. Whereas with La Mulana, the end game stuff and all of those puzzles, those are required to beat the game. Those are required to beat the game, and the true like post-game content is only found if you are able to discover and follow a chain of instructions that gets you to a hidden area. Maru is in the house. Yeah, I'll tell you, it really kind of is. For one, I can't log in on the actual PC here for reasons unfreaking known. Pisses me off. And of course the delays whenever it comes to actually getting these triggers. Mario throwing down 15. And she says, something softer, tee-hee-hee-hee-hee. Brother Fire Tribe with Night Drive, and then All Them Witches with See You Next Fall. Yeah, we are less than a week away from fall here in America. Of course, in some parts of our country, they've already experienced their first snowfall. And it was pretty big, I guess, from what they said. So, I mean, wow. Just wow. Here's Night Drive by Brother Fire Tribe. Now, we did not get any of that snow all the way over here. That was just on the west. That was the weird part about whenever that happened. At one point in time last week, half of the western United States were burning, but just like one state over, or like one or two states over, they were getting nearly 1.5 to 2 feet of snow. And as Evil Toad would tell you, if he were here, 70 to 80 mile per hour winds that knocked down trees and power lines and created all sorts of chaos. Hey, let's throw that poll back into chat. Yeah, we do have forest fire smoke on the East Coast. You're absolutely right. It's reached us. It reached us on Tuesday. Ever heard of a nuclear winter? Only in theory. Only in theory. Or if you're talking about like a band, then no, I haven't. Yeah, we're currently kind of getting wrecked by things that have happened, and we're not exactly helping ourselves either. We also got 6 more from Meatmun, who said, hey, Countless Skies Summit, a single from their upcoming album, which is entitled Glow. We will get that up and out as well. We're going to update that. We're going to update our little portal over there to factor in the 21 that was just received. Of course, this also means, Meatmun, you and Maru both can offer video ideas once again. Because right now, in this twosome that we have going on, this head-to-head battle in the poll, it's the two of you going head-to-head. Maru versus Meatmun. Make a poll to bring back the Scott Stapp Jesus pose. Bring back the CKN dance. Let's not. Supernova Thomas, hello. Sodom? Think of that, but smaller with that snowfall. Oh, God. Man. I still think, I don't know what the winters were like for you these past couple of years, Meatmun. I know for me, over here in Southwest PA, they were really underwhelming, which I was happy for, actually, because I hate driving and stuff. And now I live on a hill. But, I have a bad feeling about this winter. I really do. I really do. I have a bad feeling about this winter. It's been so dry. It's such a dry summer that I think that we're in trouble. I really do. I think we're in trouble this winter, buddy. I don't know about y'all, but I think that down here in Southwest PA, we are in some shit. We're going to get messed up pretty good. Mostly because, and here's my theory, here's my science. My science is very, very simple. During years where we had very dry and very hot summers in the past 10 years or so, we've had bad winters. 2005, we had a very hot and, really, there wasn't a lot of rain and stuff to talk about that summer. We had the last big blizzard. The last big blizzard that we had on record. Here's See You Next Fall by All Them Witches. So I have a bad feeling that there's going to be at least another big storm coming this direction. With the years without a big blizzard or big winter storm streak for us down here in Southwest PA, I have a feeling is going to be snapped. I have a feeling that's going to be snapped, Meatmun. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. I hope I'm very, very wrong. But these last couple of years, like each of them, including 2019, there were flooding rains. Like we had floods down here of some variety, even if they were just minor flash floods. So I'm just going off of trends like that. Now, Southeast PA, that's a completely different universe over there whenever it comes to what that weather's going to be like. Because I know that there are some places down there in southeastern PA. I mean, you just got the remnants of another storm. I think it was an unformed storm. You got the remnants of that last week. You've gotten some bad storms this summer. A lot of the times whenever we've been missed here in Southwest PA, you guys have gotten drilled over there on the southeastern side. You guys have gotten drilled, whereas we've been spared, mostly because most of the storms have formed over top of us and then never done anything for us. You know what I mean? which is weird because I don't know what it was drawing from. It wasn't like we had a ton of water in our rivers and shit like that, but whatever. You know, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Fires have not reached Idaho yet, and thank goodness. Well, the smoke has reached Europe. Smoke has officially reached Europe. And funnily enough, I'm looking out my window right now. It was supposed to be sunny all day today. It looks like it wants to rain. But I know that's not. I know that's false. That's not clouds that are in the sky. That's haze. That's smoke. You know. We're expected to have kind of a thick little residue from that here locally until tomorrow. And then the weekend it's supposed to clear. Basically, it's following the jet stream is what it's doing, and the jet stream is going to dig down toward the south. So not only is the south just getting blasted by the remnants of Hurricane Sally, now you guys are going to get smoked too. Enjoy. That's what y'all get for having shitty opinions. I'm kidding, of course. I'm kidding, of course, considering the opinions of the North are equally as stupid. We equally as dumb up here. We're dumba. Dumba. What am I, an amateur climatologist? I have a huge interest in this stuff, yes. That was something that I thought about going into whenever I was young. I don't remember why I didn't. I really don't. I don't remember why I didn't. Oh, I probably thought, hey, the money would sure be nice, but chances are I'd probably be working as like an HR manager at Target than, the weatherman for the local news. You didn't know there was a La Milana too? There is indeed. It's been out for 1 or 2 years. It didn't get sort of the sterling reputation of the first. It's harder. It's a harder game. The puzzles are... initially it looks like they went really relaxed on the puzzles, and then you get deeper and deeper into it and realize, no. They actually just decided to ramp it the fuck up. And if you're a Spelunky fan, Spelunky 2 just dropped for the PS4 2 days ago, on the 15th. But if you have Steam, you're going to have to wait until the 29th. You have to wait 2 weeks for it like me. And from what I've seen from that game, yeah. They made that game harder, too. They kind of made that game looking stupid. But still a lot of fun looking. It still looks like it's a lot of fun, even if you're not that good at it. And, a seasoned veteran of Spelunky that I have followed for years, it took him nearly 18 hours to get his first final boss of victory in the game. And he could easily beat the first one with his hands tied behind his back and just using his mind. Maybe, hitting the buttons with his eyelids. What do I think about Cuphead? I haven't played it myself. I love the visuals of that game, though. Visually, that game is stunning. Visually, that game is absolutely stunning. I don't know if I would have the patience for the game is my thing. Like, I have patience for some roguelikes, and I have patience for Metroidvanias, because I kind of like cracking codes and, trying to figure things out. I like doing things on my own and sort of getting lost for hours and hours. I have so many different... My big thing is I have so many different interests that there's just not enough hours in the day for me to dedicate to what I used to give to games like that. I feel like it would be so fun if you sort of dedicated your life to those things, like your hobbies and things, but the only way that you're able to do that in today's world is if you somehow, some way inherit like enough money to never have to worry. You know what I mean? Like, it's a shame that that's what it takes, as opposed to being sort of what life is all about. But I haven't played any of the Total Wars. Would I do an escape room? Yeah, that'd be fun. I think that'd be really fun. We don't have any of those around here, or else I would have done one. They might have some they've done in Pittsburgh, but yeah, I think that'd be really cool. That'd be a really cool thing to do. Moza Kaiser, that's pretty much that's Spelunky in a nutshell. Spelunky in a nutshell is very, very simple. It's hey, I'm doing great. Oh shit, didn't see that spike trap. Goku! Hello, 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 my friend. It has been a while. Tips hat. How in the heck are you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Did I play Spider-Man 2018? No, I did not. If you want to know what games I've played, is it a 16-bit Metroidvania? I probably played it. Is it a newer age shooter? I might have played it. Doubtful that I have played it. The one that I can say yes to is Dusk. And I've played a little bit of Doom 16. Doom 2016. Is it a AAA title game? Chances are I haven't played it. AAA title game from like the last 5 years. Probably haven't played it. Oh, you're a 2-2 now? Do you have everything you need for the black market? I actually have Hollow Knight to play. I have that in my catalog. I need to play it. So Goku, how in the heck have you been? What's life been like for you, my friend? How has 2020 treated you? Whatever happened to classic games like Crash Bandicoot? They did the Insane Trilogy. They just did the remaster. I think that was 2 years ago, or the first part of 2019, maybe? Yeah, Mario, I think basically what it is that, gaming for other folks is treated the same way that we treat music. They probably wouldn't be able to have the same canvas of knowledge of music that we do, that some of us do, or whatever. It's just a difference of hobbies. Yeah, it's just a difference of hobby. I do wish that I had more time to maybe explore some of those other things that I really like, but there are so many things out there that you could possibly like, that you could enjoy. It's sometimes trying to even just keep up with stuff, even without technically like doing it yourself. That's even hard to do. Like just keeping up with news on your hobbies can be difficult, considering there's so much of it and so much going on. Music, it's difficult these days because everybody and their grandmother seems to have a project and a side project and a third project. And oh wait, did you hear about the fourth project? There are so many artists that are out there. I played Devil Daggers. I have not. No. I have no thoughts on Corey Taylor's solo album because I haven't listened to it. Yeah, dude, Scott, I played some Primal Rage. Game was, I don't know. I thought it was pretty middle of the road, like middle of the pack. I'm also admittedly ass at fighting games. Like I am super ass at fighting games, with the lone exception of like Smash Brothers, and even then, by comparison to probably a ton of other nerds out there, I'm easily middle of the pack, or probably just ass at that too. Ooh, Devil Daggers being... Oh, it's like a bullet hell. So it's like a shmup. It's like a shoot 'em up. Yeah, I know a lot of folks love fighting games. That was... for me, whenever I was a kid, we had a ton of great fighting games whenever I was, in our generation, whenever we were younger. In Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter 2, and, games such as Primal Rage, or the first, versions of Tekken and things like that. But then, whenever all that was happening and folks were just really, really gaga and into that, I enjoyed them like in the actual arcades. But like home console, most of the stuff that I was playing was either, I had a couple of sports related games, but then there was a lot of RPGs, side scrollers, platformers. I'm well versed on a lot of classics for the Nintendo side, and a couple for Sega. But like I had a Genesis, which was primarily used for the Sonic the Hedgehog games and NHL '96. The only point of the game is to get the highest score possible by surviving the longest. That's kind of like Bit Blaster. It's kind of like Bit Blaster and Bit Blaster XL. I played Mario 64. Oh, hell yeah. Have I played any RPGs? Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Drained the pool, didn't see one piranha left. Oh, classic jungle and Spelunky. Classic jungle. Just wait for the ice caves where you just randomly fall for no reason. Hit one enemy and bam, you're in the abyss. Hope you have the onk. The level in Mario 64 made me rage the most. Never as a kid, it was Rainbow Road. Right there at the end. Right there at the end. Right there at the end, man. Because there were a lot of places in that where the camera is your worst enemy. TikTok Clock also sort of has that problem as well. Like if you don't do a lot of camera motion, you just sunk like a stone. Like if you hit one enemy or like one of those buzzers or anything like that, one false jump, like maybe you're going for a double jump, and maybe to eat your input, you're just done. You just sink like a stone. It's horrible. Especially being a kid, and whenever you're a kid, you think you're super coordinated, but you're not. Like, my curiosity is that now that I'm older, would a game like Pilot Wings be so much more easy to me than it was whenever I was younger, or would it actually be harder? You know what I mean? You remember AVGN back in the day? Oh, he is very much still active. One more run by the parameters of the video request. I can Blanc. It's just like anything else where it can be any sort of video, whether it's an album review, it could be a rank 'em all, it could be, band review, whatever. Just so long as it's not something that's too crazy. Like, don't ask for a rank 'em all of Buckethead, for example. Previous rules similar to previous video manias apply, and that's about all. That's pretty much it. To kind of give you a little bit of a rundown of some of the ideas that we have already. We have a lot of album reviews, actually. But, some of the topic videos that we have 20 to 30 unknown metal masterpieces. We have the top 10 worst now songs of all time of those that I've talked about. Top 15 or 20 concept albums of all time. 30 or 40 must-hear prog metal albums. We have some pretty decent topic videos like why classic rock and new wave of British heavy metal are important in today's metal scene. And we also have some really cool ideas that are out there too. Like I know in another poll, the idea is, how is the music industry going to recover from COVID-19? Countless Skies are really good. Really, really good stuff. Once again, I believe I have listened to things from them before. New Dawn appears like an album cover that I have seen. However, I would be a liar. Maybe I have seen it and have thought about listening to it and just have not gotten around to it. There are so many bands. There are literally so many bands. Like, that's the one bad part about finally getting on streaming services for me, is that there's just so much. It makes you realize that even with all of your foreknowledge, even with all the stuff that you know, there is a just boatload of stuff that you do not know. You raged badly with Super Mario Sunshine, Mike. I never completed that game because I never actually owned it. I never owned Sunshine. Sunshine's a game I need to actually run through. I need to get it and run through it. Because I still have a GameCube. It's not like I don't. You know? Yes. I didn't play the original also. But Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is being, I think, re-released or remastered or one of the re-res. You know, one of the re's. I like Empath a lot. I really like that disc. Admittedly, though, I haven't listened to it a lot since its release cycle has concluded. You raged on Donkey Kong? Are we talking the original trilogy for the SNES, or are you talking about 64? Because I hold the thought that 64 tries its best to be a good game, but it is meh. It is meh. Like, anytime I think about a Donkey Kong game I want to play, it's always the classic trilogy. 64 just kind of doesn't exist to me. 64 just kind of doesn't exist to me, despite the fact that I own a copy of it. I own a yellow cartridge copy of it. And I played through that game, and it was okay. The big problem 64 had, the big problem Donkey Kong 64 had was just the length. There have been there are collectathons in gaming history. It's not a genre that you see as often now, but we've had a ton of collectathons through gaming history, but Donkey Kong 64 was playing 5 collectathons in the same game. And in that situation, more was not better. Speaking of which, did your Empath review include the second disc, which actually had a song called Empath on it? No. No. I don't believe so. Standard album. Skyrim was ruined by too many remasters. I'm going to commit sacrilege by saying with Skyrim, it was good for about 2 years. Though it is also a Bethesda game, so the word good being utilized for that is very... what's the word I'm thinking? You're using that word loosely. Yeah, the Diablo series was... I love 3. Oh, well, that there, having it on Switch and VR and all that stuff, those remasters, that was just going to happen. They're going to keep that... They're going to keep that going, considering all you're really doing with most of those are just porting things. Those are just ports. Charitable, yes. See, Meatman knows what's up. You really enjoyed Mario Tennis for some reason? On the 64? So did I. Oh my god, I remembered renting that game because none of the other games that I wanted to rent for that week or that weekend or whatever were available. But that was, and I'm just like, I like Mario games. I kind of like tennis. Let's give it a try. That is one of the best tennis games I've ever played. Mario Tennis 64, no lie, it was incredible. I've played the new, the Mario Tennis for the Switch, which is also pretty good, but it's a little bit gimmicky. And the gimmicky part of that kind of makes it not as fun. But holy crap, the rallies that you could have on Mario Tennis 64, some of them were endless, like downright ridiculous, where you start to feel your blood pressure move in a bad way. Very good, Waterblanc. Thank you very much for stopping by. I appreciate it. You guys have a excellent evening and an excellent week, dude. Thanks for stopping out. What videos are going to be made? We have a lot already that are guaranteed. In fact, one of the videos that could be made is currently being pulled There's currently a poll up to determine one of those things. Ever play Smash Brothers? Oh, yes. If you're talking about Nintendo 64 Smash Brothers, I could still, to this day, whoop that ass. Whether you be male, female, dog, alien, or, small piece of burnt toast with Fox on Smash Brothers 64. Melee, I wasn't quite as good. I wasn't quite as good at Melee. But the OG Smash Brothers, my roommate in college and I, whenever we were both really bored, there was nothing on TV, we didn't have anything to do, we didn't want to go out or do anything like that, we would throw that on, and we would time ourselves doing one player with 3 level 9 computer players with 99 lives. And we would time ourselves, kind of like speed running, but not really. We just wanted to see who could do it faster. And then we would do 99 lives versus one another. It took us a longer time to do 1v1 99 lives than it did for us to dispose of 3 level 9 computer players with 99 lives. Now, mind you, all 3 of those computer players also, they were on a team. So they were all targeting us at that point. I am not going to ever play I Am Bread. No, thank you. Do you have an Xbox? No. I used to have an Xbox 360 many, many years ago. That was my DVD player whenever I was in the very first CCAN studio. It became a paperweight. It became a paperweight. Yeah, that poll that I just posted in chat, there is only 25 minutes left. I suppose I should update you on the standings currently. Only 18 of you have voted. There's 28 supposedly of you in chat. If you have not chatted, or if you've not voted yet, vote. I will flood this even further. There you go. Super duper flood. No, I haven't, Leper Messiah. But right now, Rank 'em All Nightwish is in the lead with 10 votes. Wild Run's Olden Tales and Deathly Trails review is in second place with 8 votes. This is close, ladies and gentlemen, and this could swing one way or the other quickly. So, this is tense. This is tense. But if you are yet to vote, in that poll, then please go in there and vote in the poll. Poor K Pig saying don't vote. Don't listen to him. He's a bad American. I don't even know if he's actually American, so maybe that's why he's a bad American. Rank my Harry Potter films? I don't have any of them. I wasn't a Harry Potter person. I wasn't a Harry Pottermus. We are going on Godzilla vs. Kong. Godzilla. Godzilla for sure. If King Kong wins, it's simply because King Kong climbed the Empire State Building and didn't ravage Tokyo. It'll totally be a secret meaning that America's better than Japan. Whenever we all know that in a fair fight, a giant freaking space lizard will always kick the crap out of, genetically mutated ape. What's up, Wobbin? And by the way, if you took my analysis seriously just then, don't. That was my impression of people being stupid on social media. Really lifelike, wasn't it? Really lifelike, wasn't it? It's all good, Wobbin. Now listen to S&M 2. I did. I liked it. But if you listened to the first one, you knew what you were getting yourself into. I actually also have one of my former college buddies She went to the goddamn show. She went to the goddamn show. The cunt. I love her, but the cunt. Q? None. We have none at the moment. Given when I am going to be signing off tonight, we unfortunately can't do the 90 out of 100. Don't have enough time. 90 out of 100 is going to be a hard one to sort of slide in because, man, it's just so fucking long and unnecessary. It's like unnecessarily long. Why? When I think about the new rendition of All Within My Hands, it was better than the actual rendition. All Within My Hands was, ugh. Like, just thinking about that song makes my head hurt. Favorite Vindr album? Lickfred. Martyrium is just an amazing track. Just an amazing track. Hey, I'm going to take a quick little break. If you haven't voted in the poll... Hey, Robin, did you vote in the poll? I know you're only here for a couple of seconds, but if you haven't voted in the poll... Vote in the poll. What happened on corn? I don't know. Somebody ate it. Somebody freaking ate it. It was on the plates, you know, it was Thanksgiving or some other associated holiday. And they were like, ooh, yum. And ate it. That's my excuse, at least. I think it's a pretty good excuse. What do you think? Do you agree? You do? Wonderful. I'm glad. I'm glad we had this talk. Hey, you guys know Jacob? J-A-K-O-B? Not an actual person. It's a band. Post-rock. I'm going to leave you guys with Malachite from their album Solace from 2006. Check it out. I will return momentarily. And whenever I do return, we'll have like 10 minutes left in the poll. Have you voted in the poll yet? You should probably vote in the poll. If you haven't. I do see some people have taken my advice and done their patriotic duty to CKN Nation and voted in the poll. I also see that if Wild Run is going to win, it's going to need some help. It's going to need some help. I'll see you in 5. does everything. Stop the music. Stop life. Cease all. The chill is going bye-byes. It is a momentous occasion. 2 momentous occasions in the same day that I did not realize until just now. First of all, this is the 1-year anniversary that CKN got back on Last FM. And to say I've done a couple things on there is kind of putting it lightly. And the second one, I feel bad doing this. I really do. Because he is chill out. He's like chilled right now over on the couch in the other room. But it kind of bears needing done. It actually kind of does bear needing done. So I apologize in advance to him. But, one moment. Hey, buddy. It is Pippin's birthday. It's Pippin's birthday today. He is 5 years old today. He's 5 years old today. So everybody in chat say happy birthday to Pippin as he gets down. He doesn't want to be there. Happy birthday, Pippin. Happy birthday, Pippin. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Now he's going to go back to the couch and sleep. I had to interrupt him. I came in and I was like super psyched because I thought, hey, this is the anniversary date of Last FM. But then I looked over and saw Pippin sleeping and I was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. There was something about this stream that was going to be special, and that's what it was. So Pippin is now 5. He is way, way too... I'm not ready for him to be 5. Like right now, I'm kind of shaky a little bit because of it. But it is his birthday. And hey, Meatmun has come through with $48. He asks if we can listen to some Vinder. He had asked me what my favorite album by theirs was. And so that's the one we're going to be actually listening to. Because that's what he donated for. That is Lickthird. So we're going to go ahead and listen to that starting right now with Resurrection of the Wild. Bam, here we go. I hope you liked Vinder, because if you don't, then, well, the next 48 minutes of your life are going to suck. But guess what? Vinder is awesome, so you should like them. If you don't like them, I don't know what's wrong with you. In cat years... cat years are they're kind of funny. They're weird. Like the first year for a cat's like 18 years in human speak, or human life, because they mature very quickly. But then it slows. Like, if I just look it up and say, how old is 5 in cat years? So he is basically my age. He's 36 years old. So to give you a bit of an example of what I have here, the kittens right now, who just turned 2, they turned 2 last month, are right now, I have a bunch of 24-year-olds. I have a bunch of like roughly 24-year-old cats, like 2. I have 3 of them. Nemo and Christmas this year. Nemo has already turned 4. Christmas will be turning 4 on Christmas. That's like being 32. Pippin is 36, and that's in human years. And Mittens, who this year turned 8, he is 48. So he's going to be crossing the threshold to 50 next year. So, and I'm not ready for that either. I really am not. So this is not done the same way as dogs. I am not done, it's not the same thing for me, But, man, it is certainly a little bit different. Because, like in human years, in dog years rather, Mittens would be 56. So, like, eventually the math does catch up, but for dogs, it keeps going with that 777. So cats can actually outlive dogs, like, on average. But, of course, some dogs, they'll stay alive forever. It's based on how well they're cared for and, their own lifespan. And a lot of dogs also, they'll stay alive because of, just out of love of their owners. That's why dogs have that mark of loyalty. And of course, dogs will also mourn if their owner passes before they do. That's been proven. If you were to listen to one album by Pain of Salvation this evening, which one should it be? The Perfect Element Part 1, or Remedy Lane. Basically coin flip those. Basically coin flip those. Both of your last two dogs live past 17. They love the hell out of you, brother. And I'm sure that you took excellent care of them. Got them proper, care when necessary. Took them to the vet, and all that. A lot of that was done probably as you were growing up. So your parents also did them very well. You know what I mean? They also did great things for them as well. Which is the best Nevermore album? Personally speaking, I'm sold on Dreaming Neon Black. I actually put that above This Godless Endeavor only because the concept and the material on Dreaming Neon Black is really heart-wrenching. Really, really heart-wrenching. And the music is just really solid. There's some songs on there that I could listen to every day for the rest of my life with ease. It's kind of like if you're a big fan of Catatonia's post-death metal, or death doom days, you wouldn't probably have Brave Murder Day as number one for them. But that's like a top 3 album in their discography, period. And easily, it's better than For Funerals to Come. Brave Murder Day is an incredible album by Catatonia. But again, if you prefer what they did post Brave Murder Day, like starting with Discouraged Ones and going forward, then you probably wouldn't put that album very high, because the production level is, really sort of substandard to what they did past that. And it's just not a style that maybe you find all that captivating. Yeah, the new Pain of Salvation album was really, really solid. Pain of Salvation, rank them all, would contain a lot of difficult decisions, if I'm being honest. It would contain a lot of tough choices. Like some of the stuff, like the Road Salt series, you would have that sort of mired near the bottom. Because that was a sequence that was really kind of odd and didn't feel like it yielded much in the way of memorable moments. But they came back strong within the passing light of day. And Panther, I think... Panther would probably be right in the middle of the road, though, is the really weird part about it. It's a damn good album for 2020. It's probably top 20 worthy. It's just based on the competition. It may sink lower than that because the competition of this year is kind of nuts. Sirot, the latest Nightwish album was definitely it was a grower. It was a grower album, but it was very good once it grew on me. It kind of grew on me like a weed. It's interesting that was a disc that even though the first time I listened to it, I was kind of like not totally sold on it. I continue to want to go back to it. You know, usually whenever I'm not sold on something within the first, couple of listens, it's seldom that my feelings on it are going to change all of that much. But with that album, it did. You knew of another album that grew on me? In the Wrong Direction, yeah. It grew on me like getting grass cut and basically digging the blade directly into the dirt. Hey, that poll's over. The poll is done. It is complete. And so, ladies and gentlemen, video number 26. Video number 26, the winner is Maru, and the video will be Rank 'Em All Nightwish. Speaking of Nightwish. So congratulations to Maru. I am assuming, well actually we don't have to worry about that. Meatmun, Olden Tales, and Deathly Trails will get a third attempt at winning with another poll that we'll have later on in the series. I'm awaiting just on one video idea to get that poll launched. And I keep clicking the wrong thing. I'm also starting to get really freaking hungry. I'm not sure if it's hunger or a sugar drop. It's one of the two. So I may have to eat on stream a little bit of something here. I see some fig bars that are calling my name. So I think we're going to do that. So please, I apologize, but I'm totally figging it up. I'm figging it up. Because I love these suckers. These suckers are great. This is between this and a pie, but the pie that I had, the ones that I have remaining are super sugary. The only ones I have left are pumpkin and cinnamon. It's like a cinnamon cake. That's a little much. If it would have been an apple or a like blackberry or blueberry or like a berry pie that I had left, I would have chosen that in a heartbeat. So those are super good. Eat a whole pizza? I actually do not eat pizza as much as I did just a couple months back. It's starting to affect my stomach. Making me mad. Oh, really? In a Rammstein style. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. But yeah, man. No, it's not good. Because I love pizza. It's hard to break away from that and only having it like once a week. And basically knowing that it's going to happen, so you take a Pepsi beforehand. Yeah, spring boys are good. Depends on what's in it. Dude, Scott knows. Dude, Scott freaking knows. And I have really bad GERD, which sucks. Like, GERD's eventually going to take everything I love away from me. How many different people have donated so far this time around? 2. So far, it has been Dose. It has been you and Maru, again. So, yeah. No, Christian, this is Vinder. Oh, I used to be able to eat a whole-ass pizza, and God, it was awesome. It was awesome. Those were good days. But then, back in 16, it was pizza that almost, that was what required me to go to the hospital at, 3 in the morning because I passed out in my bathroom. Something that was in leftover pizza that I ate from a pizza I'd gotten that evening, so it may have been, just building. I got all tingly. It was like I had an allergic reaction to something that was in that pizza. It was like being completely and totally tingly. It was like having an itch that you couldn't scratch, and even if you scratched the area, it wasn't doing anything. And then I was looking, I had jumped in the shower because I thought that maybe that would help. Of course it did not, because I'm an idiot. I got out of the shower and went to grab my towel, and when I grabbed my towel, I collapsed in my bathroom. It wasn't laced with drugs, because whenever I had to actually go to the hospital, and they did do a tox screen. They did do a toxicology screen, and there were no drugs present in my system. Though I did not eat from that establishment for a long time, because that establishment would have actually had people, within their employ that probably would have done that, and there was not a lot of moderation. There was not a lot of moderation, or it probably would not have led to very much if it was a complaint, or if there was a complaint lodged. Dude, y'all keep talking about that, and I'm going to end up just getting pizza anyway. You know what I mean? I'm going to end up just doing it. Saying the hell with it. Going to have to update that total soon. I think that just came through, but I'm getting our next poll set up. This poll is going to last until 7. It's going to last till the end of the stream. So, I will read that momentarily. Thank you in advance. Thank you in advance. You do have another idea on this poll. It's different than the Wild Run idea. I'm copying this exactly as I have them from you guys. Some interesting ideas here. Couple of album style reviews, and this is for number which one? I don't remember. Second to last one. Oh god damn it. Did it again. Second to last one, so that's this one right here, right? Yes. Okay. It's number 29. Alright, so we're going to have to create this with some advanced options. Set a deadline for it to end, which is today at 7 p.m. We're at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Poll created. Voting. Goku with his first donation in eons. Dropping 5 and wants to hear Ordinary Man by Ozzy Osbourne featuring Mr. Sir Elton John. Oh boy. And now we are going to get over to the other one that we've gotten from Meatmun. Do Jeopardy theme and stuff. Why is PayPal so goddamn slow? Real talk. Actual question. Please answer. Please answer. Well, the update, the total will need to be updated. We have $23 for Meatmun after we listen to Lickfred by Vinder and Ordinary Man by Ozzy and Sir Elton John. Hey, how do you guys feel about listening to A Change of Seasons by Dream Theater? Because guess what? That's what we're doing. That is what we be doing. Hey, Goku, you can actually toss a video idea my way. You have earned that, and we have also earned another video. Video get. So the $5 makes it 93, and then the 23 makes that 16. Right? Right. Yeah. Math. So we are up to 33 funded thus far. Remember, we make it to 40. There's 10 coming your way for free. So that'll be another chat-oriented video. Mario, you can offer another suggestion based off of all this. Goku needs to go up there. My bad. Nothing for that yet. We're just going to copy paste the wild run idea down there because it's one that has 8. That's going to have 8 different selections. Man, that is going to be something. That's going to be big something. I don't know what to say or think about that. I'm starting to feel better though. That's good. Meat Lover's Pizza with pineapple. Ah, pretty good. Heck, Sin. That can be pretty good. Is Ozzy's new album any good? No, it really isn't. It really isn't. I'm sorry. Like, I wish that I could say that it was, but no. Favorite Vendor album? You're listening to it. Lickfair. Love this disc. It's incredible. That's why the death of Valfer is so freaking sad, because like 1184 was a really good album too. Like, they were slowly but surely getting better and better and better. So it's a damn shame that we didn't get the opportunity to witness what we could have gotten from this band. You know, it's kind of like the curiosity that we get from the loss of David Gold. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are certainly things that make me a little bit curious about what we could have gotten from Woods. Though it also felt a lot like we knew what was coming. Like, he knew what was coming, so no matter what, he wrote music that reflected his sort of foreknowledge of the end. You know, it's not like he went out and did that purposefully. Joker coming in with We Are Chaos by Marilyn Manson. Of course, Manson with the new disc just a week or so ago. Good idea, Marum. That would actually probably be a video I would nix. I would ixnay on that. Probably tell you nope. Because honestly, like, I could talk about stuff like that, but I really don't want to at this stage. Like, we're getting to the point where I'm beyond exhausted. I'm beyond exhausted whenever it comes to all that. Like, I do kind of miss the times where, yeah, there was a lot of talking about politics and the like all over my social media feeds and things like that, but it wasn't every single person with every single post. And, you know, some could say, well, that's, you know, partially indicative of the company that you keep. Excuse me. And I would slightly agree with you. There are certainly some folks that have that part about themselves, but there are some folks that just turned into that also, which I think is even more disappointing. You know, what the hell with it? I'm having some crackers too. Fudge it. I'm having some fucking crackers too. Hope y'all don't mind. Here, Rachel Wood accused Marilyn Manson of abuse. Knowing him, I don't want to say like knowing him I would be surprised, or that I wouldn't be surprised, but I know that he's a little bit of an interesting character. I don't know how I feel about that. Video suggestion, 5 reasons people love Ghost. Okie doke. Got it. It is the logical counterweight to 5 reasons people hate Ghost. It's amazing how like the start of this song and the start of Martyrium are somewhat similar, but they go in different places, and plus this track is 3 minutes longer. I like Ghost a lot, you know. They're a great live show. So yeah, I'm not too sure how I feel about the whole accusation from Manson. I mean, if it's true, then he's a dick. You know, it's just like just about anything else. You know, if it's true, then he's an absolute asshole. There's part of me that wouldn't be surprised by it, though. Like, there was part of me that would not be shocked. Not because of the persona that he has, like, for the public, but just, like, reading into some of his, like, philosophies and that fact that he does have sort of the capability to just sort of lose his mind. And also, whenever we saw, like, in the past couple of years, how his, like, sort of live performances and different things showed and exposed that maybe he was not on good ground, maybe because of either drugs or stress or whatever it was. You know, makes me curious. Ever see Pantera on their world tour in the early 2000s? I never had the opportunity to see Pantera, unfortunately. So no. Like, unfortunately, during my high school days, the only show that I ever went to, like the only concert that I ever got to attend was like a local show. Like the first 2 big shows that I attended weren't until, I think, 2003. 10 albums that are utterly heart-wrenching. Oh, jeez. Yes. That's an awesome idea. I love that. I love it. We're gonna lock that in. Man. Whew. That's what I'm talking about. That's gonna take a little bit of thought and hopefully not a lot of tears. Oh no. Meatman frickin' nailed it there. Dirt is still one of the most honest albums I've ever heard in my life. You were 5 in 2003. Like right now I feel like Ben Roethlisberger or like Tom Brady or something like that, where like like folks that are also doing stuff with music and, you know, either being in bands or being a reviewer or There's like a whole generation that's coming into it now. And so like whenever I got started, or like back whenever I was, attending my first concerts, you guys were like in diapers. My review of Al-Qassam is very simple. Just listen to it. It's beautiful. Too damn woke. I just love sports, man. But I also understand why they do it. I completely understand. Makes sense to me. Right? Oh, excuse me. I'm doing the thing I should never do. Talk about my mouth full. It's terrible. Horrible habit. Don't do it. Don't do it. Still Life is a heartbreaking album. Well, Saints fan 141. It's unfortunately not the Saints. I'm from Pittsburgh area, so I'm a Steeler guy. I've been a Steeler guy for a long, long time. Whenever I was really, really young, I wanted to be contrarian to the Steelers, so I was a Cowboys guy. But then I re-entered society as a smart individual. I think I totally just called like one or two people out with that comment, but I don't care. I love bragging on Dallas a little bit. I'm here to press that Brady went to the Bucks. Yeah. If Cam Newton plays well enough for you guys, you're gonna, for the Patriots, you guys are still gonna be a dangerous team. And there's a good chance that, while you guys are still doing well in the AFC East, they might flounder down there in Tampa. Did I go and see the movie Garden State with Bill Burr? No. Did Tampa get a lot of rain from the hurricane from Sally? You guys get a lot of rain? Oh man. Monotheist is... It's again, it's not heart-wrenching. Monotheist is just angry. That is pure anger. That's why I like it. Have I seen Tenet? Not yet. But it's a Nolan picture, which means I have to see it at least once. Nolan, I think, right now is my favorite director. So, I believe it's sort of within my... I need to. Sports more violent, football or hockey? Football. Because they have imposed some restrictions with hockey. They don't always happen. Sometimes you have folks that go above and beyond the call of being a douchebag. But, no, football is the more violent sport. Principally because you have more people on the actual field to play. And they are, on a hockey rink, during a fast break and different things, the players could be a lot more spread out. So if a hit comes from somebody who's got a little bit of steam behind them and a head start, yeah, it could be a pretty violent hit and a pretty violent shot. And if you get hit in the face with a rubber puck, that's gonna fucking hurt one way or the other, no matter what. But some of the hits that I've seen in the NFL and some of the some of the injuries that I've seen in the NFL, I mean, that's just scary shit. Hockey is better than football. I like hockey a lot. I played hockey. I played hockey. But I really like football too. Like, I'm just a sports guy. Oh, you guys don't face us this season? That is kind of a shame. Like, that is something where, like a Big Ben Drew Brees matchup would be really cool, especially at this point in their careers. Like, does anybody really care if, like, Ben Roethlisberger plays Phillip Rivers at this stage? Like, does that really matter? Does that really freaking matter? Mark, I was a winger. Typically right wing. Like the NBA? Yeah, NBA's alright. Like I said, I'm just a big fan of sports, Like with the NBA, I loved watching Timmy Duncan play for the San Antonio Spurs. I love that man's game. Man's game was awesome. Any Agalog albums make the cut? Consider The End of the Mantle. Consider The End of the Mantle. Like, that album, with The Mantle, it's a good thing that it's an album that makes you, like, it makes me happy. Like, it's definitely a happiness album for me just because I like it, I love that album so much. But if it didn't and I was depressed, that album's pretty depressing. That album's pretty depressing. You're so happy they turned Roman Reigns heel? Yeah, it was badly needed. I think it was badly needed. It was a really, really smart decision. What happened to Nazareth? She was in the last stream. I have a feeling she's doing some other things. She's got... now she's released an album with a band. That was rough to do. Yeah, they needed to do something with Roman because ever since he came back from being in remission from cancer, he's kind of just hung around. He kind of just hung around. Didn't seem like he was doing much. And then, he decided to stay away during, the first part of the pandemic for his, family's sake, for his kids, and, for himself also, whenever you consider all the conditions that he has. So what's the best thing to do whenever he comes back? Bring him back as a heel. Perfect idea. Perfect idea. It's amazing that the only two members of the Shield left in WWE are both heels right now. Brock Lesnar's also a free agent right now. I don't think he's been signed anywhere. The Hogan heel turn in 96? Oh, man. I think it was the most surprising to people. It was definitely the one that shocked people the absolute most. And it should have been a prototype. It should have been a prototype. You do not turn somebody heel unless you have a cast with them that already is established as heels. Like, you don't just have them turn around and do something dastardly to just like one person. Unless you're trying really hard to do the double turn. And unless you're trying to do the double turn. Yeah, meanwhile, there's a lot of good individual tracks that have that power. Earlier this year, I remember that I was I was listening to some music that you would expect to be very depressing, suicidal black metal. There's a group out there called Make a Change, Kill Yourself. And I wanted to... I had known about this band name for a long, long time. Really long time. But I'd never listened to them. And I thought to myself, you know what? Screw it. You have all this time. There's a quarantine and a pandemic and all this stuff. Listen to it. What the hell? So I'm listening to it, and I'm just like, okay, this is just whatever. I'm used to hearing things like this. Because the album came out in like 2007, I want to say. Like, it's been a couple of years. And I was reading along with the lyrics, and I'm like, okay, this is whatever. And then you find out that the person that's performing the music is not the person who wrote the lyrics. The person who wrote the lyrics was very much suicidal and wrote letters to the musician. And the words were transported into music. And that kind of made things all the different. Sometimes seeing or reading stuff that's in that state of, sort of pure defiance of existence can really tug on you. Not only because we've all sort of been there, but that sort of like pure, unadulterated misanthropy and, self-hatred, self-loathing, man, it's almost like taking some of what I have felt in my life and going to, amplifying it to levels beyond I would be anywhere close to being near comfortable at being. Rammstein making more music? Sure. I highly doubt they have. They're not done yet. I do hope Lindman continues his collaboration with Pete Tetgren. I do hope that collaboration continues because I think that's, it's silly at times. It's, sexist at times. It's whatever at times. But the music itself is really good. It's fun. It's Unforgettable, one of my worst Godsmack songs. That song name is bad because it's extremely forgettable because I don't remember it. Out of the Nightingale, though, may just based off of, the proxy of the story. Man. That one's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to beat. That's going to be tough to beat. Just almost impossible to beat, really. Oh, man. Well, Godsmack had a good album during like the first part of the decade. But I remember with the last album, I was coming back home from a concert, and there was a song that was playing on the radio, and I thought it was a new band. I thought it was a brand new band I'd never heard of before, some brand new project or whatever. I'm listening to this and I'm like, man, this sucks. Who is this? This is terrible. And I'm listening to it, I'm listening to it. I don't even recognize Sully Erna's voice throughout any of it. And after it's done, the DJ comes on and says, well, that was Godsmack with it. I was like, what? Faith was in the car with me, and we were both collectively like, what? And the very first thing, she even said it. It wasn't even me that said it. It was she who said it. She said, what the fuck happened to Godsmack? What was that? I, to this day, still have no idea. I still have no idea what the fuck that was. All I know is that I didn't like it. I thought it was bad. This is the final track off of Lickfeld. Hope you guys have been enjoying it. If not, you're a bunch of jerks. You're a bunch of jerks. So we're going to listen to Ordinary Man after this, then We Are Chaos by Marilyn Manson, and then to A Change of Seasons by Dream Theater, and that's looking like that's going to be our last track for the stream today. I do have to roll at around 7 o'clock this evening. That is unfortunately not debatable. See you later, IE. Nice seeing you again. Thoughts on Nickelback's cover of The Devil Went Down to Georgia? That was the right band. Nickelback is sort of the right band to take on that cover. You know what I mean? Like, I did not feel like going in that they were going to do a disservice to that song, and I was correct. When the Undertaker threw Mankind off of Hell in a Cell, that happened in Pittsburgh. Fun fact, that happened in Pittsburgh at King of the Ring 1998. It's still one of the most memorable moments from my wrestling childhood, which wasn't even my childhood. I was like 14. But yeah, that was both a good and a bad moment. That was really, I think, what launched a lot of what we got during the latter stages of the Attitude Era and through the reckless intensity era, or whatever it was called, ruthless aggression, where the stunts and sort of the things and the risks that they took, the chair shots without the hand to duck and all this other stuff, that's where it started to get a little out of control and got really reckless and dangerous, because that moment became so instantaneously classic. It made Mankind's career. Goku giving $4 for Devil by Shinedown, saying, hey, you said that there won't be another song? Well, here's another song. Thanks, man. Yeah, we'll toss on one more. Why not? Anything aside from that, we'll have to save for another time. We'll have to save for the next time you're in stream. We'll have to save for the next time you're in. Yep, have a good night, interdimensional entity. We'll see you next time. Favorite Triple H match? 3 Stages of Hell match with Mick Foley. Absolutely awesome matchup. Not that far behind is his matchup with The Rock for the Intercontinental title at, I believe it was SummerSlam 98. That was a really well done ladder match for that title. And I was a big Triple H fan during the early days, the DX days, and during the very first heel run that he did. Whenever he first started introducing the game persona and everything like that. And then it kind of just grew really ridiculous really fast. You know, he was a decent heel. You know, he did the heel job well. However, during his reign of terror, you know, they had such a deep roster that one person at the top seemed really silly. But I've been thinking about that for a while, and it makes me wonder, hey, did they really need, you know, guys like Chris Benoit or Eddie Guerrero or any of those, you know, folks that were performing at such a high level, like especially the SmackDown 4, you know, did it really matter whether or not they touched the world title, or were their matchups just attractions by themselves? So yeah, there's that. Hey, let's take a look about that. Let's check that poll. Let's check that poll. Only 12 people have voted so far. There's 26 people in here. So hey, vote. Hey, vote. Hey, vote. Hey, vote. Hey, vote. Hey, vote. If you haven't voted yet, you should vote. Here we are right now, as it stands. A review of Haken's newest album, Virus, is currently tied with Machine Head's latest EP getting a review. Blech. Both of those have 2 votes. Top 5 bass solos sits in second place with 3 votes. And with 5 votes and in the lead, Dream Theater, a re-review of The Astonishing, is currently in the lead. So make sure you do vote in the poll. Vince, whatever, being so annoying that you couldn't watch it. You are fired. Yeah, and then he had the Kiss My Ass Club. He was making Trish Stratus bark like a dog. He was... Vince is a dirty old crazy man, and that's pretty much it. You know, that's just... Ugh. Some of that stuff was downright hard to watch. You know, like at the time, if you were a teenage boy, you were totally down for that because you wanted to see as much as you could of Trish Stratus. But in retrospect, boy, 2000s were a weird time, man. It was a weird time. That's not an easy thing. It's not an easy section of show to watch back in retrospect. I don't recommend it. I don't recommend it whatsoever. But here's the thing, like, anything that's happening now, I pretty much don't know about. Unless it's a really big story. Like, if you were to ask me about a rivalry that's going on right now, I couldn't tell you. I could not tell you. I no longer have WWE Network. I have no plans of getting it back. Aside from maybe like the Royal Rumble. I like the Royal Rumble. I think it's fun. Are there any real bass solos in Neo's discography? Not really. No. There are moments where it sort of pumps up a bit, but to say that anything was really like solo, I would have to re-listen. But I don't recall anything that's really, you know, super tangible for that. This feels like Ozzy's final album. It's gonna be. It's gonna be his final album. That's a guarantee. Yeah, Donald Trump actually does have a cameo in Home Alone 2. He does have a cameo in that movie. And it's actually a pretty decent cameo, I'm not gonna lie. You know, some people will say, and you know, in many ways I kind of agree, that 13 is the last, you know, it's going to be the last, like, classic performance for Ozzy. But, you know, it's kind of like what I say about a lot of bands that, you know, continue to make music into their 60s or their 50s or whatever, you know, like, you look at it and you think, you got nothing more you really need to prove why you're doing this. It's because they want to, you know? It's because they want to. It's hard to constantly be sort of like belittling to it. You know, it's I know a lot of folks, if I did a worst albums video, a lot of folks would probably take a lot of offense to like the Ozzy album being on there, given his condition and everything, but you kind of have to take those things out of the equation whenever you're being critical of something. You know, being a critic or being a, you know, reviewer is a lot like being a heel. You know, it's a lot like being a heel because you can't just, you know, tweak or make different little decisions based off of outside influence. You know, you have to really go with just the music. And that's not always easy to do. That is not always easy to do, you know what I mean? You're not being critical. It's just what, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that either. I have no problem with that. I have no problem with that either, man. I'm just saying. Because I do like 13. I do still enjoy the material from 13. But even with that said, I think with a Black Sabbath discography review, it'd be like sort of somewhere in the middle. That's where I think it would probably be. That felt really good. Next up, we have We Are Chaos by Manson. We're going to drop those seamless transitions whenever we can. See you later, Christian. You have yourself a good one. Transatlantic whirlwind. Oh no, there's a hurricane in chat. So do lots of music reviewers. Yeah, so you've probably seen a fair variety of styles and the different things that people have done and sort of how they've approached things over the past. If this is actually my introduction to this album because I haven't listened to it yet. And I'm kind of meh right now. What the heck happened here? What do we got here? Are we sure this is the same guy that made Smells Like Children? The pod has to be on it. Did I hear the new Boris? No, I never did. Shit. No, I have not. Not yet. I need to. This is almost like his 80s theme song. It's weird. Yeah, this is very strange, I have to say. Even just comparative to what he's done with Manson's done for the last couple of records. I feel very much like Manson was trying to make a song that could end like the Breakfast Club 2, Breakfast Harder. Oh, Pick a Destiny. Oh my god. Oh boy. David Bowie heavily influenced the new album. You can definitely hear that. You can definitely hear that within this. Though I'm not entirely certain that Bowie or Bowie's style is Manson's strength. I do not really think that it's one of his strengths. So even if his heart's sort of in the right place with that tribute, yeah, I'm kind of not crazy with what I'm hearing. It kind of just makes me long for Bowie to be the one singing it, and even then, it would still feel. The whole song just feels a little generic. Kind of that it's sort of from the wrong era. Because if this song dropped in the 80s, it would probably be up there. It would be sort of a forgotten hit, or like a forgotten track that they would play, you know, late at night, or they would play on one of those, like, Where Are They Now shows, or here's a bunch of songs that you forgot were big whenever you were like 14 years old or whatever. But considering it's been 30 plus years, it kind of doesn't have the same punch. I'll have to listen to the rest of the album, but that was unfortunately at least for me, kind of a poor entrance to it. We have Devil Here by Shinedown coming up, and then we are going to close things out with A Change of Seasons. And oh man, yeah, that was unfortunately just, no. That was a miss for me, Chief, but I do still thank you for submitting that and sort of like correcting me by letting me. I was thinking to myself, man, this reminds me a lot of somebody, and it wasn't snapping in my brain. And then you made the comment about it being very Bowie inspired, and immediately I was like, yep, that's exactly right. Especially thinking about like his like late 70s and his 80s work. Winter's Gate has some moments, yeah. Definitely has some moments. It's going to be rough because, like, with an idea like that, I shouldn't say it's going to be rough. It's more like sort of going to be interesting because with an idea like that, there is a great show. There's going to be a showcasing of subjectivity that's going to bleed out on that. Hey, have you voted in the poll yet? You better have. You better have. There's only 13 votes and there's 24 of you watching. You best be voting. I know it's cool not to want to vote in the presidential election for the U.S., but this ain't that. This is a different voting tool, a different voting mechanism. This is the influence which you're going to see, so you know you're going to want to see it. Well, this is my opinion on the fact that there are rumors Axl and Slash are working on a new Guns N' Roses album. Slash should stick with his, with his outside projects. I'm sorry, but walking back with Axl, trying to, relaunch the washed-up paddy wagon, restart it, turn the key in the old beat-up car. There are some moments, and I think this is one of them, where you kind of just have to let a good thing die. Chinese democracy sort of had to happen because it had been promised for so long, and it had been worked on for so long, and there was this and that, and these and those. It was a disappointment, but at the very least, it wasn't something that was just left in hell for all eternity. It was something that we actually got the album, got the opportunity to judge it thusly, and be, not necessarily, some people were very unfair with it. Others were, rose-painted glasses all about it. But we at least had that opportunity. As, I know a lot of folks would say in counter-argument that, hey, that means that Slash and Axl working on another album together, 30 years later should also get the same opportunity since it wasn't Slash that worked on Chinese Democracy. And I would agree with you, but I think that is a ship that just is better off having been sailed. I really do. But it'll probably happen. It'll probably happen to milk this one last time. Because that's what it feels like. It feels like a milk job for the Guns N' Roses purists. Those that have been a fan since 88, 86, whatever. Fans that right now are probably in their 50s. And still every time that they hear Welcome to the Jungle in a bar, there's a little dribble of jizz that comes out of their dick. Or a little bit of, wetness that comes out of the old female nethers. All those people that have been moms and haven't been pregnant for 20 years, but every single time they hear a little bit of November Rain, they start lactating a little bit. Here's a change of seasons. Here's an actual super good song. But I think Dream Theater should probably stick with the under 10-minute format. But not whenever it comes to this track. New How to Carry for the Sky soon, maybe? I hope so. Oh, man. I really, really freaking hope so. I love me some How to Carry for the Sky. And we're about due. Hi, Alex. Favorite Randy Rhoads or Jake Lee solo? It's really hard to argue with the classic Crazy Train solo. It's chaotic, it's nuts, it's got this weird vibe to it. His tone was really unique. Jake Lee era I don't know nearly enough about. I would want to go a little bit, I would dig a little deeper with that, probably. November Rain can make you cry. Yeah, it actually can. I hate to give this song a lot of credit, but it deserves it. It's a damn good song. It is a well-tailored, well-made song. I think everything that they do with that track is pretty well done. There's... Some would complain that Slash's soloing on November Rain was a little repetitive. But those little solos, especially the intros to them, acted more like bridges. So that was a creative use of that, of those measures in order to help to actually amplify that emotion. The whine of his guitar is part of what really drives the emotion of that song. Oh, the song has most definitely been overplayed, Daniel. I completely agree. And the thing about it is, it's amazing what sort of reversing that does to you, because I used to hear the song, I couldn't escape it, especially whenever I was going down to school, because I didn't have a CD player or even a tape deck in the very first car that I ever had, so I was stuck listening to the radio. And the radio stations down there in West Virginia, the one rock station that they had that I could pick up, loved playing Guns N' Roses. They played either November Rain or Welcome to the Jungle pretty much at one point or another throughout every single hour. And during the weekends, they usually did groupings, block party weekends or whatever, where they played 2 or 3 songs from each band. So every single time I was going somewhere, or I was going back and forth from home to college, whenever I actually did that, man, it was, I heard that song so much, and then being in college, there are a lot of folks there that will listen to November Rain, will listen to Guns N' Roses, you know, the hits and things like that, the classics. What's up, Hollow Within? How you doing? Hey, there's a poll. There's a poll, there's a poll, there's a poll, poll. Vote in the poll, please. Thank you. You know, like these days, the only way that you're probably going to go to a party and hear November Rain is if they just have some generic station on. You know, like either on Spotify or maybe the radio or whatever, like XM. Back then, though, you were kind of, like, we didn't have some of that stuff available to us. You know, you had mixed CDs that you made. You had the radio. Maybe you had somebody who's a DJ or was handling all the music throughout the night. But it was inescapable. But now that I've like not heard November Rain probably for like 6 to 10 months maybe, it's been a long time since I last remember hearing that song. I'm kind of able to approach it once again and remember why I liked it the first couple times I heard it. You know, it's like I really loved that song a lot whenever I first heard it. And the one song that never wavered on me with GNR was Civil War. I always really, really loved that song whenever I was young, and I still love it to this day. In West Virginia, Shinedown is one of the most popular bands along with Godsmack and Disturbed. Yeah, I feel like that a lot of that has migrated from Southwest PA down to you guys because we had a big era of those bands. Still do, honestly, but you don't see it as often now that a lot of that generation has gotten into their mid-30s. You know, a lot of folks that happen to also be, you know, like they could have been classmates of mine if I went to, you know, the public school in the area, which I did not. You know what I'm saying? Hey, 22, how you doing? Hey, there's a poll 22, there's a poll 22, there's a poll 22. Check her out. And give it a vote. Okay, thanks, bye. That poll actually is up until 7 p.m., so 28 minutes remain in the poll. So it'll be a little bit after a change of seasons whenever that poll will go bye-byes. I think Disturbed is dead. Probably not. I'd say probably not. Someone's asking Chicago versus Boston. Oh, God. What era of Chicago are we talking about? But man, there is some super good Chicago shit out there beyond just the singles. But see, the big problem though is that the first couple Boston albums, good lord, they're incredible. They're super good. They are super duper good. I had a video that was funny where you count down 10 overplayed songs. I'm sure I did. I mean, was it overplayed or overhated? Excuse me. But yeah, like the first couple Boston albums, those are really hard to deny. But Chicago's fun to listen to just from time to time. You know, oh, I know I have a Chicago Comp CD somewhere. I know it exists somewhere in my collection. Unless I was selling it and somebody bought it. Oh crap, now I need to know. Shit. I may have actually sold it, now that I think about it. I gotta get out the store stock. Oh, God! Gotta get out the store stock. Hey, does anybody want a Sublime album? No? That's understandable. I remember being 10 or 11. Let's see here. Nope! There it is. Chicago's greatest hits. Well, one of them. One of the many greatest hits collections. This ain't getting sold. I'm keeping this shit. Shit rules. I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking stupid. Hey, has anybody heard of this? There's a band in here. I want to know if anyone's heard of them. I want to know if anyone's heard of this band here. Give me a second. I need to find it. Hell. Where'd it go? Oh, no, now it's hiding from me. That's being real shy and modest. I hate it when that happens. You get yourself a band you want to show on camera and it gets all shy and modest. It becomes a wimp. Especially whenever it's a band that's, acts like it's all big and hearty. You guys ever heard of this here 5-finger death punch? I got no idea what this is. The one guy back here, he got a beard that kind of looks like the Kraken. The other guy thinks he's like reject Duff McKellen, Duff McKeenan. And this other guy, he's wearing like a dumbass looking shirt or jacket or something. And there's people with these hairs staring straight up. This guy's smiling at me, all creepy. I think he's a pedophile. And this dude with this hat, who the hell does he think he is? Who does he think he is? He's fucking Conan with an attitude? What the fuck? Elvis or Frank Sinatra? Elvis or Johnny Cash? Come on, y'all. Isophyrum versus Amon Amarth. I'd probably go with Isophyrum. I am now a pro on it's true. Mother Love Bone thoughts. One album, it's amazing. If you don't listen to it, then, well, okay, you didn't listen to it. May I suggest that you do? May I please suggest that you do? Thank you. I just got a bunch of CDs the other day, and I forgot to take a picture of them all. Now half of them are in my car. I don't feel like going out there and getting them. I feel like being lazy. Self-titled. Self-titled Meat Man. Hell yeah. Johnny Cash is okay. Johnny Credit is more your thing. Zach coming in with the hot puns. Zach coming in dropping them hot puns. Just make sure it's what you want or else you're going to get yourself some Johnny Store credit. Hate it when that happens. I got to trade in my Johnny and all they're going to give me is store credit. Either that or a Johnny gift card. Oh my. Zeppelin or Floyd? Floyd. I like Zepp. I like Zepp a good bit, but I love Floyd. There's a difference. There's definitely a difference. But, shoot. Ow. Perfect Circle is better than Tool. How about all that? Damnation or Deliverance? Ouch. Whoa. Probably Damnation, actually. By a really, thin margin. That's another album that can kind of tug at you a little bit. That really has the power to tug at you a little bit. If more of Watershed was like Burden. Burden is a track that can straight up make you want to just die. Burden sometimes makes you just want to die. But it's such an amazing song. I love that song so gosh darn much. But man, if you are depressed and you listen to that track, especially that outro, Like, I remember I was depressed whenever Watershed came out, and I was listening to that song over and over and over again. And I always got to that part at the end where the audio starts decaying and everything starts to get out of tune and slowly is corroding around you. Man, that felt like my life. You know? Man, that felt like my life. It's weird how shit like that gets to you. It's weird how things like that can have that sort of level of effect. Heart Like a Grave or Shadows of the Dying Sun. Oh, yikes. I'm calling time out. I'm calling time out on that one. That's just rude. That's really rude. That is really, really rude. Opeth versus Porcupine Tree. Well, we've sat here and played 47,207 overtimes, and it's still tied. What do you say we just call it there, boys? No, we have to have a winner. That game right there, Opeth versus Porcupine Tree, has currently been going on for about, almost 20 years. Yeah, I would pick Winner's Gate for both, you're right. You're right about that. Rush versus Opeth? Opeth. Not even with a thought in my soul. Catatonia versus Tool. Catatonia. Catatonia. No thought again. Everyone's come on, bro. Present a challenge to your boy. No, actually don't. Who is my favorite Canadian band? Probably is Rush. Though Our Lady Peace is very good. Annihilator is also quite good. And everybody knows how big of a Nickelback fan I am. Enslaved versus Emperor. Okay, that is a little tougher. They've had the longer career, so at this point I think it's safe for Enslaved to be the winner there. Like, it's okay for that to... You know what I'm starting to think? I'm starting to think that maybe after we do, after we finish up viewer Videomania, maybe we'll have ourselves a stream-only music madness. Systematic Chaos or Falling Into Infinity? Falling Into Infinity. Trainer versus Blood on the Dance Floor? Trainer, because at least she's not a pedophile. My Dying Bride versus Catatonia? Catatonia. Rush or yes? I'm sorry, yes, but Rush. Yeah. My Dying Bride versus Catatonia. Hey, Thomas. Catatonia. Lawless Darkness, Pencil Pen. Lawless Darkness is still my... I just love that disc. I still go back to it often. Hey, we have that was going to come out awful. We have 17 minutes left in this poll. I've apparently turned into a combination of Daffy Duck and Sylvester the Cat. Burp. Van Halen or Aerosmith? Halen. Black Dahlia Murder versus his Blood Runs Black. Dahlia Murder. Soundgarden versus Audioslave. Soundgarden. Definitely Soundgarden. Audioslave was a good project, but I have a very big attachment to Soundgarden. Symphony X versus Dream Theater. The funny thing is, Symphony X has never really let me down, but I still have to say Dream Theater. Because there ain't no Symphony X album that's in my top 50 of all time. Empath or Ziltoid? Ziltoid. I'm going to have to go with Ziltoid on that. That was such a fun album whenever it came out. It was so fun to listen to. I liked it. Pearl Jam and Soundgarden? Soundgarden. Soundgarden versus the Foo Fighters. Hey, look. Soundgarden. Author and Punisher versus Godflesh. Ooh. Oh, gosh. By a hair, Godflesh. Voivod versus Vector. Yikes. By a hair, Voivod. Pearl Jam versus Nirvana. Oh, that's crushing. Oh, man, Pearl Jam. I'm going for it. Joe's Garage versus Dark Side of the Moon. Dark Side of the Moon. Queensryche or Fate's Warning. Fate's Warning! No question. Fate's Warning has the better career. Queensryche might have Mindcrime, but Fate's Warning has had the better overall career. Although I will say, despite, one of the really big things that really hurt Queensryche was the average of their last, 5 or 6 albums, which is dog shit, by the way. KO Dot versus Marlon of the Well. Love you, KO, but it's Marlon. That's the original. Pearl Jam did have 10, but Versus and No Code were also both pretty decent. I really, really liked Yield. And some of the newer stuff is pretty hit or miss, but also pretty damn good. Iron Maiden and Judas Priest, it's Maiden. Bluetooth Nord versus Sun O, it's Bluetooth Nord, even though Sun O does have the sinking bell alongside of, who was that, Oliver? No, that wasn't Oliver. Boris, them, yes, ha! Alice in Chains versus Silverchair. Do you know me? I think you know me. It's Alice in Chains. Queensryche 2000's era sucked so fair. I thought that was a question. Sorry for reading that. I agree with you. Man, it was bleh. Even American Soldier, an album that I thought was halfway decent, in retrospect, sucked a lot. Illuminate the Path versus Portal of Eye. Illuminate the Path. Sorry. Paramore versus Flyleaf. Flush them both. Red Hot Chili Peppers versus Alice in Chains. It's Alice in Chains, even though I really love the Peppers, and it was a super show. I really love that show. It was one of the best shows I've ever been to. Take that, heavy metal fans. Alter Bridge versus Avenged Sevenfold. By a thin little margin of almost nil, it's Alter Bridge. But damn, Avenged Sevenfold really impressed with the stage. I have also seen Avenged Sevenfold live twice. Terrific live show. Iced Earth Battle Matt Barlow versus Tim... Oh, Iced Earth Battle Matt Barlow versus Tim Owens. It's Barlow. Phantom Antichrist or Pleasure to Kill. It's Phantom Antichrist. Candlemass versus Solitude at Tyrannus. I love you, Candlemass, but Solitude at Tyrannus wins it out. Killswitch versus Korn. It's Killswitch Engage. Woo! Colors versus Metropolis Part 2. Oh, it's a crusher because those two are both really super solid albums. I love Colors, man. But I really love Metropolis Part 2. Going Metropolis. Deftones or Seven Dust. That's Deftones. Seven Dust's middle career stuff. Could do within or without, or with or without, if I'm being real. Nothing personal to the Seven Dust fans. One of my best friends, one of my best homies, has followed Seven Dust pretty much their whole entire career. Love you, RB, if you're out there. Black Sabbath or Deep Purple or Jimi Hendrix Experience. Ooh, that's a triple threat match. Black Sabbath would probably win that, but Deep Purple came in with a steel chair and hit the referee, so they got themselves disqualified. Jimi Hendrix then got himself disqualified by pooping on them. So they're gonna have a rematch, 2 pay-per-views down the line, and a blow-off match at Band Mania. Iron Maiden Final Frontier versus Book of Souls. Book of Souls wins that one. I saw one with Mastodon. I didn't see what the combination was. Behemoth versus Mastodon. Woo, Nelly. I'm going to have to go with Mastodon. I'm going to have to stop this here shortly. I'm going to have to... Chevelle versus A Perfect Circle. I'm going to go with Chevelle. Veil of Imagination versus Octavarium. Veil of Imagination. Pain of Salvation versus Dream Theater. That is a little tighter, but Pain of Salvation has also hurt me before. Dream Theater it is. As I Lay Dying or All That Remains. All That Remains has hurt me a lot before, but so has As I Lay Dying. Oh, that's a bunch of piss. I think what we do is that we put the guy who's been in jail versus the dude that's really, really dumb and makes stupid phrases, and we judge them based off of the fact that I really don't care. All that remains, because they had that song 6. But wait a minute, As I Lay Dying had that one song that sort of sounded like me singing off of Frail Words Collapse. That was kind of weird. That was kind of neat. Damn it. It's a tie. They knocked themselves out, and the time limit has expired. It's gone. Hailstorm versus Opeth. Demon Hunter versus Fit for a King. No brainer, you know. I'm glad you do, because I sure don't. Demon Hunter. I'm calling it. Who's the worst band? Limp Bizkit versus Five Finger Fruit Punch. Well, I think you can tell by which one I made fun of. Call to Luna versus ISIS. That's just mean. That's just really mean. Call to Luna, I guess. Though ISIS is super awesome. Motorhead or Genesis. Did I stop that? Or is there anything playing? Nothing is playing. Good. Motorhead or Genesis. Oh, that is so not mean. Genesis. Supper's ready, bitch. Gene Simmons versus Ted Nugent. Oh, would you look at that? Everybody died. All the World's a Stage versus Exit Stage Right. Hey, the big problem is that we're all gone. Look, we got on the stage and then we left. That's our mistake. No winner. Orgasmatron versus Ace of Spades. The Ace of Spades just had an orgasm, so let's have fun with that. Woo! Okay. Everybody can stop now. Let's get our serious faces on. I will answer Deer and Grey versus Rammstein and say that I prefer Rammstein. I've listened to more of their stuff. St. Anger, Virtual 11. Virtual 11, sure. Yeah, I'm okay, folks. We have just 9 minutes left in the poll. That's why I am trying to get back to the poll. We do need that. 8 minutes left. We will have the results of the poll, and then that'll be it for us for today. Thanks for everybody who has come out. We're not done quite yet, but we are indeed close. So, hey, do you know that they put "Fear of a Blank Planet" by Porcupine Tree on Spotify today? Don't stop until Porky Pig learns how to spell the word aneurysm. That's fair, because I also don't know how to spell it. So I also have no idea. I thought about it and was like, I can't even spell this the way it sounds. They also put the incident on Spotify as well. That wasn't on there? I thought that was the jump, was that they went from Deadwing to the incident. Maybe you're right, I don't know. Is that new? I thought that was already there, but maybe you're right. You very well could be right. I was like way too hype whenever I found out Fear was on here. The minute that happened, I was immediately like, okay, guess what I'm doing right now? And I listened to the album. You know, it's not like Porcupine Tree really needs more plays or anything like that, considering, they only have 2,640 on Last FM. This will be 2,641. Number 2 position. Full 110 Scrabble lead on Alice in Chains, but they are behind Opeth in a big way. By almost 700. Almost 700. No, it never started raining. Never started raining here. It's just sort of existing out there. That's what's going on. It's kind of cool. Usually after a stream, I'll I'll take a little breather outside, and I usually like it whenever it feels pretty good. You know, sun's pretty nice, but I wouldn't mind like a soft rain. Honestly, the only thing I like about winter of any variety is whenever I have no place to go, I have nothing to do, and I'm able to sit outside or watch it snow, like especially like thick snow at night. You know, with lights on out there and everything, and just watch it. It's like my favorite. That's one of my favorite things about winter. Aside from that, winter can stay away from it. Opinions on Core. Are we talking the Stone Temple Pilots album? Because that album's amazing. I love it. It's like their only true, like, actual grunge album. I have not seen the new Bill and Ted. I know a couple friends that have. Some of them having opinions that are much nerdier than mine ever could be. Like, one of them noticed there was an age continuity error for the daughters or whatever. Oh, the Persephone album? I really don't have much of an opinion on that. I mean, it's Persephone, so it's good, but it's about all the more I have to say about it. I like it. Dance to Death with Final Frontier. Ooh. Is this from Fear of the... Is this Fear of the Blank Planet's first track? It is. Yeah, this is the self-titled track. This be the self-titled track. I'm going to give you guys one last chance with the poll. If you are yet to vote, this is your last opportunity. Seventh Son Goku. This is the last chance to vote. 22 people have voted. We got 27 watching, so there's got to be 5 more. How about that new Agalok symbol? Oh, excuse me. Pardon the fuck out of me. That was gross and sudden. New Agalok symbol, he says. What about that local sports team? How about that? If that happens, I know how I'm going to feel about that. Hey, but it's more like, how about that Pelorian album from a couple years ago that someone just randomly sent to me, which is pretty cool. Sports Basketball? Oh my gosh, I love that sport. It's my best. I tell you. They're going to win the championship cup. They're going to win the Super Series. Hey, you're from Ohio. You said you're from northeastern Ohio, right? So that's like Cleveland area. Hey, look, it's a dude who exists. Hello, and I'm glad that you exist. I am also a dude who exists. Although at some points I question it. I wonder if I truly am existing or running on batteries. You're in an Akron suburb. Well, shit, I've been like around you multiple times, like in that area. It's weird. I have been up that way. I haven't been there this year. Last time I was there was last October. But I mean, is that their sports ball club team of yours from that Lake City? Y'all gonna win a game this year, or is that their hot quarter running back guy or whatever? Is he gonna Is he going to do the thing, or is he just going to sit on his ass and play tiddlywinks? What the fuck's happening? And then there's that other team, that cat team from the other part of the state. They have the dude that was supposedly really, really good whenever he went to school. So I don't know what he was good at. Studying, looking at butts. Is he really, really good at taking a piss after drinking too many beers? Oh yeah, I remember that. Ah yeah. Yeah, they're at the right there by the university. Right there by the SKU. Right there by the SKU. What would my dream band be? I don't know. I'll let you know after I wake up. You know what we should do? You know what the dream band should be? It should be every musician that exists on Earth. They just all come together and they make the world's longest song. The song would be literally 365 days long. It'd be a year-long song. And it would be required by law that you listen to it at least once. I don't know. At this point in time, my dream bands, like a lot of those types of scenarios have already sort of happened. I'm a big fan of Mike Ackerfit's vocals. So him being on a Catatonia album has happened. He and Steven Wilson working together in Storm Corrosion has happened. He's worked with Dan Swano. That's happened. I would love to have Bruce Dickinson on vocals too as well, though. That's the thing. Like, I would want to have like 26 vocalists, 14 to like 41 guitar players, at least 7 bassists, just to have them be there, have the thickest freaking bass. You think your bass is thick? You think it's thick? No. 3 C's? Bullshit. Child's play. We're talking 37 C's. We're talking so many C's that those C's are getting upgraded to D's and people are thinking we're talking about boobs. Okay? Whenever it comes to drummers, we ain't Slipknot, but we have like 16. We have 16 drummers, and at least one of them is actually just a clone of 2 Neil Pearts. We got keyboard players, we got triangle players, we got a saxophone player, because why the fuck not? And just for shits and giggles, just for kibbles and bits, we're going to get those blokes from that Tibetan throat singing group, the one that's been going around. We're going to get them there, and they're going to be a special guest on the album alongside Baby Metal and, I don't know, maybe a couple dogs. Definitely my cats, the parrot, the bird from Hatebeak. We're going to throw him in there. Maybe we'll get like a really fucking cool-ass metal fish. He's going to totally do a solo. And then, whenever you least expect it, penguins. Basically, my version of a Probot album would be so absurd, it would basically not be a project, it would be a community. It would be the world's worst and stupidest idea that somehow would sound incredible. It sounds like the best prog band ever. Somehow they won't be a prog band either. Like, that's the weird thing. They'll like be progressive thrash alternative, sleep, math, Buddha, magic. This will have more adjectives than we really need. Like, more adjectives than anything deserves. Hey, by the way, the poll is over. The poll is over. The poll is over. And I gotta say, I was starting to wonder, even though Meatman already has about 10 videos on file, I wondered if he was going to win another one. I wonder if he was ever going to win with one of his ideas. Well, he just did. Because we will be doing a re-review of 90 out of 100, aka Dream Theater, their album The Astonishing. That will be re-reviewed. Which also means I have to listen to it again, which, hey, we still have to do that at some point. Am I putting it off because I don't want to do it? No, I'm actually putting it off because it's so long that if we don't start like immediately in a stream, especially one where I have a limit on time, like right now, because I'm actually late. I'm late as of right now. it becomes a little bit difficult in order to get through all of it. Swan is a producer now. He's been a producer for a long time. Anyway, ladies and gents, thanks very much for all the support and for being here today and all the laughs, all of the fun. We'll do it again on Saturday. I don't know if we have anything special that we're going to do then, but that's where we will be. Now, as of right now, I'm not sure about timing because I'm going to be pulling another one of those stupid days like I typically have done on Tuesdays, where I'll be cutting grass and doing work before the stream, and I will have a time limitation for the stream. So we're going to see how that goes. I'm hoping to get started by my normal time, so around 3 o'clock on Saturday. So don't look for me earlier than that. If it happens, it happens, but I would not put money on it unless you want to use that to donate for a video where I'm earlier on time. I don't know how we would do that. But anyway, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You guys have an excellent evening. I gotta go. I really gotta go. So see you later. Take care, and be good.